She declared, "I'm an independent woman. I don't need a man." I said, "I completely support that." Then I transferred all the utility bills to her name. Her independence flickered when the power was shut off a week later. I, 32 male, had been with Giselle, 29, for about 4 years, living together for 2. Our apartment was in my name since I'd been there before we met, but we'd developed what I thought was a fair system. I handled all the bills and household expenses. She contributed $400 a month toward her share and bought groceries sometimes. Looking back, the red flags were everywhere. She worked part-time at a boutique, maybe 20 hours a week, spending the rest of her time on her influencer career, 3,200 followers, and hanging with friends. Always had money for brunches, nails, and weekend trips though. The breaking point came 3 weeks ago. We were at her friend Tanya's birthday dinner. Typical scene. Bunch of women talking about their relationships. The conversation turned to finances. "I could never be with someone who expects me to split everything 50-50, one friend said. Like, what happened to men being providers? Giselle had been drinking. She got this look on her face and launched into a speech. "See, that's the problem. Women depending on men for everything. I'm an independent woman. I don't need a man. I choose to be with Keith because I want to, not because I need his money or his apartment or anything else." The table ate it up. "Yes, Queen. That's right. Independent." "Independent when?" Tanya asked. "So you pay half of everything?" Giselle waved her hand. "I contribute what I can. But it's not about money, it's about not needing him. I could walk away tomorrow and be just fine. I'm not one of these women who'd be homeless without their man." I sat there, thinking about the $1,800 rent, the utilities, the internet, the streaming services, the car insurance I paid for her Honda, the phone bill. But I smiled and nodded. "You're absolutely right," I said. "You're very independent." She beamed. Posted about it later. "Surrounded by my girls living my truth. I don't need a man. I choose my man. Independent woman, boss babe, not your typical girlfriend." Got 127 likes. Lots of fire emojis. Monday morning I started making calls. Electric company first. "Hi, I need to transfer service to another name." "Yes, completely remove mine." "Giselle Rodriguez." "Yes, she lives here." "Great, when will that take effect?" "Gas company, water, internet, trash pickup." Every single utility transferred to her name. They all required her to set up new accounts, credit checks, deposits. Not my problem anymore. Car insurance. Removed her vehicle from my policy. She'd need her own. Phone. Removed her line from my plan. Ported her number to a prepaid service. Paid for 1 month. After that, her choice. Gym membership. Canceled her add-on membership to mine. Streaming services. Changed all passwords. Removed her profiles. Rent was trickier since we were both on the lease. But I talked to the landlord, explained the situation. He agreed to draw up paperwork for her to either take over the full lease or move out. Took 3 days to get everything switched or scheduled to switch. She didn't notice. Too busy posting inspirational quotes about queens building empires and independent women intimidate weak men. Wednesday night, I made dinner. Salmon, her favorite. Good wine. She was glowing about hitting 3,500 followers. "Babe, I'm so proud of you," I said. "You were so right at dinner the other night. You are an independent woman." She smiled. "Finally, you get it. I was worried you were one of those insecure guys who needs a woman to depend on them. Not at all. In fact, I want to support your independence." "Ah, babe." "So I transferred all the utilities to your name. You know, so you can build your own credit history, have everything in your control. True independence." Her smile froze. "You, what? The electric, gas, water, internet, everything. It's all in your name now. Oh, and I removed you from my insurance and phone plan. Set you up with your own prepaid line though, first month's on me." "Keith, what are you talking about?" "Supporting your independence. You said you don't need a man, so I made sure you don't. Everything's in your name. You're in control." She laughed nervously. I wasn't talking about US, I meant in general. "But you are an independent woman, right? This is perfect. You can manage your own household expenses, build your own credit. It's what you wanted." "I never said I wanted that. You literally said you could walk away tomorrow and be fine. Now you can. Or stay. Your choice. Independent." The next morning while she was at work, I moved my stuff to my buddy Marcos's spare room. Left a note. giving you space to be the independent woman you are. Landlord has paperwork for lease transfer. First month of utilities should be due soon. Companies will send you the account setup info. You got this, queen? My phone started blowing up around 2 p.m. Update 1. So after I moved out and left Giselle to her independence, the meltdown was spectacular. First came the texts. I hadn't blocked her, just muted notifications. Want to document everything for the landlord if needed. This isn't funny, Keith. You can't just leave. We need to talk about this like adults. I didn't mean it like that and you know it. This is financial abuse. You're trying to control me by abandoning me. That last one made me laugh. Abandoning equals control? Olympic-level mental gymnastics. Day 2. She tried calling Marcos's place. He told her I wasn't available. She accused him of harboring an abuser. He hung up. Day 3. The utilities started sending account setup notices. That's when panic set in. Keith, the electric company wants a $300 deposit. I don't have that. Internet is $150 to set up ETF. They want first and last month for the gas. This is insane. I responded once. Credit building requires deposits sometimes. Part of being independent, you got this. Day 4, she figured out I'd paid for 1 month of phone service. Tried to guilt trip. Thank you for the phone month, I guess. See, you do care. Can we please talk? Didn't respond. Day 5 was Friday. Payday at the boutique. She made maybe $400 a week part-time. Electric alone was $200 per month in summer. Plus gas, water, internet. Her car insurance quote came in at $180 per month. Turns out her credit score was trash. The math wasn't mathing. She posted on Instagram, going through some transitions. Real friends know what's up. Her friend Tanya commented, "You okay, babe?" Giselle replied, "Just dealing with a man-child who can't handle a strong woman." Saturday, the power got shut off. Not for non-payment. She hadn't even set up the account yet. The utility company had sent notices all week about needing to establish service in her name. She ignored them or didn't understand them. When I officially closed my account, they cut service. Temperature was 94 degrees that day. I know because she texted, "It's 94 degrees and I have no AC because you shut off the power." I didn't shut off anything. I transferred it to your name like you wanted. Did you set up your account? I don't know how. Call them, they'll walk you through it. I tried, they want $300. That's the deposit, yeah. I don't have it. Sell some of those Balenciaga bags? She showed up at Marcos's place that night, banging on the door, demanding to talk to me. Marcos filmed through the peephole just in case. I know you're in there. This is illegal. You can't just cut off someone's power. Marcos yelled through the door. He transferred utilities to your name. You're independent, remember? Handle your business. She left sobbing. Sunday, she tried emotional manipulation via mutual friends. Posted this long thing about how some men punish women for being strong and financial abuse is real. Our mutual friend, Janet, texted me, "Dude, what did you do? She's sleeping at Tanya's with no power?" Explain the situation. Janet went quiet. Then, wait, she's been living basically free for 2 years and is mad she has to pay her own bills now? Basically. Now, good for you. Monday, new week, new crisis. The landlord called her about the lease. Either take it over solo, $1,800 per month, or move out in 30 days. She lost it. Called my work. Reception wouldn't transfer her, but took a message. Tell him this is illegal eviction and I'll sue. HR pulled me aside. Explained the situation, showed them her independent woman posts. HR lady actually snorted. So she's mad about getting what she asked for? Pretty much. Keep us posted if she escalates. This is wild. Tuesday, she made a critical error. Posted a GoFundMe. Help me escape financial abuse. Goal, $5,000. Storytime claimed, I suddenly abandoned her with no warning, transferred bills to trap her in debt, and was trying to make her homeless. Said she needed money for deposits, moving costs, and rebuilding after economic violence. The comments started supportive. Then someone asked, wait, weren't you just posting about being an independent woman who doesn't need a man? Giselle, that's exactly why he's punishing me, for being strong. Comment, but if you're independent, why do you need his money? The cognitive dissonance was beautiful. She deleted the comment. Others popped up. Girl, you posted last month about your Cabo trip? Didn't you just buy that YSL bag? I'm confused. He paid all your bills and that's abuse? She raised $45 from her mom. Wednesday, got a text from her. Can we please just talk? I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean it. Didn't mean what? The independent thing. It was just girl talk. You seem pretty serious. Posted about it and everything. I was drunk. Wine reveals truth. Please. I set up the electric. It's back on, but I can't afford all this. Sounds like you need a second job or a full-time one. Independence requires work. You're being cruel. I'm being supportive. You wanted independence. I gave it to you. Thursday, her dad called me. Conrad. Always liked him. Straight shooter. Son, what's this about you leaving my daughter with no power? Explained everything. The dinner conversation, the social media posts, the transfer of utilities, the whole thing. Long pause. Then, she really said she doesn't need a man? Multiple times. Posted about it too. Jesus Christ. Her mother filled her head with this nonsense. Independent but can't pay a light bill. Pretty much. How much are her monthly expenses? Did the math for him. Rent, utilities, car insurance, phone, basic stuff. About $2,400 minimum. And she makes maybe $1,600 a month. He sighed. I'll talk to her. This is ridiculous. Girl's almost 30. I appreciate it, Conrad. No, son. I appreciate you. 2 years of free ride and she's talking about independence? I raised her better than that, or tried to. That evening, Independence Day came early. Giselle posted a new story. Starting fresh, moving back home to regroup. Sometimes you have to step back to leap forward. Tash new beginnings, still independent. Moving back with her parents. At 29. After declaring she didn't need a man. The jokes write themselves. Final update. So it's been a month since Giselle's independence experiment crashed and burned. The fallout has been educational. After moving back with her parents, she tried to rebrand the whole situation. New Instagram bio, Phoenix Rising, building my empire, brick by brick. Her dad, Conrad, called me 2 weeks after she moved back. Teeth, I gotta thank you. For what? For doing what I should have done years ago. Cut her off. She's had a rude awakening. Turns out, Conrad wasn't playing. His house rules were: pay $500 a month rent, do her own laundry, cook dinner twice a week, full-time job or 2 part-times, no overnight guests, 11 p.m. curfew. She about lost her mind when I gave her the rules, he laughed. Talking about I'm almost 30, I said, then act like it. She lasted exactly 1 week before trying to move in with Tanya. That lasted 3 days. Turns out Tanya wasn't interested in funding the independent woman lifestyle either. Something about Giselle eating all her food and leaving dishes everywhere. Back to Dad's house with her tail between her legs. But here's where it gets interesting. Remember that boutique job? She started showing up more. Like actually working full shifts. The manager, Patrice, reached out to me on LinkedIn of all places. Hey Keith, weird question, but what happened with you and Giselle? She's been here 40 hours a week suddenly. Gave her the short version. LMAO, that explains it. She asked about becoming assistant manager. First time in 2 years she's shown initiative. Small miracles. 3 weeks in, Giselle tried one last manipulation. Showed up at my job with a box of my stuff I'd left. Nothing important. Old t-shirts, a coffee mug, phone charger, things I'd abandoned on purpose. Security called me down. She was in the lobby, dressed nice, makeup perfect. The old Giselle costume. Hi Keith. Giselle, I brought your things. You could have thrown them out. I'm not petty like that. Looked at the box. My college intramural basketball trophy was in there. The one she'd always said was stupid and taking up space. Thanks, I guess. How are you? Good, independent. You? She flinched. I'm working a lot. Dad's strict. Conrad's good people. Yeah, she stood there clearly wanting to say more. Finally, I got promoted, assistant manager. Congratulations, that's great. I'm saving up for my own place, a real one, that I pay for myself. Good for you. I was stupid before, the way I acted. I waited. This felt like a setup. I really thought I was independent, but I wasn't. I was just subsidized. Holy self-awareness, Batman. Growing experience, I offered. Yeah. She shifted the box. I'm sorry, for real. Not trying to get back together or anything, just sorry. I appreciate that. You seeing anyone? There it was. Take care, Giselle. She nodded, got the message. You too. That was 2 weeks ago. According to the social media grapevine, Janet keeps me posted. She's still working full-time, saved $1,000, posted the screenshot. Applied for her own apartment, studio, $800 a month. Started selling her designer bags. Haven't posted any independent woman memes. Conrad texted me yesterday. She got approved for the apartment, moving out next month. I think you taught her something I couldn't. What's that? That independence isn't an Instagram caption. It's a light bill. I'm doing good. Still at Marcos's, but looking at my own place soon. Dating a woman named Rochelle who owns her own food truck, pays her own bills, and hasn't once told me she doesn't need a man while expecting me to fund her life. Funny how that works. Last weekend cleaned out that box Giselle brought. Found a note tucked under the trophy. Thank you for the harshest lesson I needed to learn. I was a brat living in a fantasy. You deserved better. I'm going to be better. Not for you or any man, but for me. Actually independent this time. GPS, I still think that trophy is stupid, but I kept it safe for 2 years, so threw the note away. Kept the trophy. It is stupid, but at least it's honest about what it is. Sometimes the best thing you can do for someone is exactly what they ask for. Giselle wanted independence? She got it, with all the utility bills, security deposits, and reality checks that come with it. Her power hasn't been shut off since. That's growth, I guess. As for me, I pay my own bills. Always have. It's not a flex, not a statement. Just life. Real independence is quiet. It doesn't need to announce itself at birthday dinners or caption its selfies. It just handles its business and keeps the lights on. Literally.